All right, so now we'll take a look at the circle command. So we're going to stay where we left off from the polyline command. If you're not at this stage or you just opened up your drawing, that's fine. You just kind of work your way over to a little black area or blank area in your workspace here. Let's put our command line over here so we can see it. And we'll just click on the circle command. Now you can also, if I escape one more time, I can actually use C for circle on the command line and it'll start drawing a circle. So if you want to scroll up, you can kind of see all the different commands here. But it's asking me here, you want to pay attention, it's asking me for the center point of the circle. So if I click here, it's asking me, it starts the circle and it's asking me now for a radius. So if I want it to be 35-foot radius, I can press enter. And now I've got a 35-foot radius circle. If I press enter again, it will repeat that last command. It's asking me for the center point again. So I'm just going to pick here. This time I can switch to D for diameter. And if I do 35, it's drawing a 35-foot diameter circle. All right, so just a little bit different. Now I'm going to select both of those and I'm just going to delete them. And I'm going to do the circle command again. Now, if I press enter, even though I use the delete command, but I use the delete command from my keyboard, the last command I'd use was circle. So that's asking me to, again, start a center point. Now, you have a 3-point, 2-point, tangent, tangent, radius, and so on. So I can draw this a little bit differently. So if I do the 3-point, so if I hit 3 and enter, then I can come in and snap to the first point. It's going to ask me for the second point, which maybe if I pick the midpoint, and now you can see it's asking me for that third point. So if I click here, now I drew a 35-foot, well, I don't know if it's 35 foot, but I drew a circle holding the radius of that arc that was there. Okay. Now we can use our measure tool to to figure out what the distance is. So if I pick the center point of that arc and I go to where that endpoint is here, I can see that it's like 33.93 actually. So not quite 35, but it does give me a circle that matches that arc. So that's just one way of drawing it. I can select this and again delete that. If I do the circle command again and I do a 2-point, then again, I'm going to pick the endpoint here and I'm going to pick the endpoint here. And you can see that it's drawing the circle between those 2 points. So I can, kind of pick anywhere I want and it'll draw that circle between those 2 points. All right. So again, depending on how you want the circle drawn is what you would want it to do. Now, if you do the tangent, tangent, radius, right? So I'm going to, no, I can't delete that line. This one here would be a good one, right? So I have a line here and I have a line here. So if I do the circle again and I do TTR or just T in this case, I can get away with just putting in T. It's asking me for my first tangency. So if I pick this point here as the first tangency and I pick this point here as the second one, I can then specify a radius. So if I put in 10 feet for the radius, it's drawing a circle that is tangent at this point, tangent at that point with a 10-foot radius circle in there. All right. Now, if I delete that and let's measure this distance. So I'm going to snap to the endpoint here and I'm going to snap to the center point. And that tells me that it's a 5-foot radius. So if I do a circle and I do the tangent, tangent, radius, where I pick this tangent with 5. Now you can see it fit in that 5-foot radius in there. So again, just showing you how you might draw some of these objects or some of these circles. But that's basically the circle command.